No, you can't attack. You can't attack. He has only 2 cards in hand.
What is on top of the deck? What is on top?
Come on, man. Flip it.
Oh, it's Lightning Helix! Oh my god!
That cost him the game. That cost him the game.
That can cost.
How's it going, everybody? This is Boots with Snapkeep Arcade. Today I'm bringing you a draft guide for one of my favorite archetypes in Hour of Devastation, Red-White Aggro. While not as aggressive as the archetype was in Triple Amonkhet, this archetype can close out games quickly. Let's start with the backbone of any draft deck, creatures. For 2-drops, the most important card to prioritize is Oketra's Avenger. This card pushes through a ton of damage because of its Exert ability, and because it is so cheap, it's one of the more efficient cards in the deck. This card typically pushes me into a white-based aggressive archetype, especially if I pick up more than one. Because you want to have as big of an effect in the early game as possible, you want your 2-drops to do something. Try staying away from vanilla or low-impact 2/2s as much as possible, if not at all together. Cards like Defiant Kenra, Mummy Paramount, or even Firebrand Archer should be avoided as much as possible in this deck. Instead, focus on cards like Gustwalker, Steward of Solidarity, Blood Rage Brawler, Honored Crop Captain, Burning Fist Minotaur, Neff Crop Entangler, or even Pathmaker Initiate. Cards like Binding Mummy can also be good because of the Eternalizer and Bomb creatures, and other zombie cards like Frontline Devastator. One of the best 3-drops in the archetype is Dauntless Aven. This card pairs extremely well with Exert creatures like Oketra's Avenger, and is insane when it teams up with a bomb like Angel of Condemnation. It's also great if your opponent plays Unquenchable Thirst. Like Oketra's Avenger, Kenra Scrapper should be prioritized because it's aggressive and hard to block, making it a perfect 3-drop for the deck. Resolute Survivors and On-Crop Crasher are also very powerful in the deck. You can fill the rest of your 3-mana slot with other cards like Fervent Paincaster, Minotaur Sure Shot, Thresher Lizard, Unwavering Initiate, or Devoted Cropmate, but I would stay away from a card like Disposable Mummy. As for 4-drops, Sand Strangler is one of the best cards, not only in the archetype, but in the entire set. This card is a huge push into red, and should be paired with deserts to make sure you get the most out of it. Playing a Sand Strangler with a desert on the battlefield or in your yard is a huge swing in your favor. Other notable 4-drops for the deck are Frontline Devastator, Emberhorn Minotaur, Vizier of the True, and Tawcrop Elite. Cards like Steadfast Sentinel and Hyena Pack could be used as filler, but it's best to avoid them as much as possible. Aven of Enduring Hope, Gilded Ceradon, and True Heart Twins are good 5-drops to finish the bulk of your creatures. This should be what your common and uncommons generally look like. So what rares work in this archetype? As I mentioned before, Angel of Condemnation is great here. If you pair her with the Dauntless Aven, you can quickly clear your opponent's board for your aggressive creatures to push through. Hazaret and Glorybringer are also incredible in this deck. And although I haven't pulled her in any of my drafts, I'd imagine Oketra the True to be perfect in this deck as well. Other great rares include Glorybound Initiate, Adorned Pouncer, and Earthshaker Kenra. So what spells do you want to take? Open Fire and Puncturing Blow are the best spells to prioritize. They are both super efficient removal, and Open Fire will typically get in the last bit of damage you need to win. With Embalm, Eternalize, and the Gods wandering around, the exile effect on Puncturing Blow and Magma Spray are super relevant. Electrify and Desert's Hold are also great to include in the deck. Combat tricks like Mighty Leap and Kindled Fury are fine to add, but one card worth considering is Unconventional Tactics. This card was overlooked initially for this archetype and was mainly thought to work only in a black-white zombie deck, but considering the amount of Eternal, Embalm, and relevant zombie creatures like Frontline Devastator, this card is definitely worth considering if you can support it. Other spells to take include both red and white cartouches, Cast Out, Abrade, both red and white trials, and Blur of Blades. One card that also stands out to me is Inferno Jet. I've closed out many games with this card, and the cycling ability helps you in the early game. One trick to help make this deck work is to prioritize deserts. The common cycling deserts help you work through Mana Flood, but also help maximize the effectiveness of Sand Strangler and Gilded Celadon. Both Ramanap Ruins and Shefet Dunes are high picks as well. On a side note, it takes a lot for me to draft 1/1s for 1 mana, but there's one card in this set I've had a lot of success with that you may find useful. Bloodlust Insider. I've had many games where I play this on turn 1 and proceed to win the game within the next few turns. He's definitely worth considering. Red-White Aggro is one of my favorite archetypes in Hour of Devastation, and I hope this draft guide gets you those 7 wins and a free draft. Let me know in the comments what you think I got wrong or right, and definitely let me know how your drafts go. If you like this video, please subscribe to Snapkeep Arcade and hit that bell icon to get notified whenever I upload a new video. This has been Boots with Snapkeep Arcade. Thanks for watching.